Okay, y'all, we are on step 3. This is a big one. We talked about crying and sadness and emotions from that level, but today I want to talk to you guys about anger and the importance of understanding how anger plays a role in your weight loss. Okay, I had a video on the channel, on the main channel, that talks about insulin resistance. Okay, and if you are having any sort of medical situations around your insulin, right, resistance, this may be one of the things that really helps you to see it from a more esoteric and spiritual place, okay? Especially if you are pre-diabetic, diabetes, or anything like that. Because we're also looking at the liver as well, okay? Excuse me, guys. We're also looking at the liver. So we're looking at your insulin and liver in this concepts of anger, okay? And the reason why is because anger really does deplete the liver. And it's very much connected to that root chakra sense of survival and this feeling of safety, okay? And this also goes with a relationship to sex. It's not the only relationship, but it is the foundational relationship in which, when you look at the physicality of sex, when you look at the esoteric rulerships of sex, like Mars, that along with Mars comes anger. So they come as a package. And it's something that we have to look at when we look at anger, because a lot of the times when we relate to themes around sex, that we can often be angry in the space of feeling victimized. So that is okay. You know, it's okay to feel victimized. That actually brings out more of the feminine nature. But when we are really stuck in anger, the real, like, need to explode feeling, it actually can really put a damper on your liver, which is an important organ that actually helps to break down the things that your body doesn't need. So this anger is related spiritually to holding on to things, right? So when we look at that, we can see that this is really serious stuff. That your anger can actually create a more explosive environment in your body, which leads to inflammation as well. And so dealing with our anger is also a part of this journey. It's actually about dealing with all of the emotions, honestly. But when we're looking at weight loss, we have to develop a strong relationship to our sadness, which is what I just talked about in the last step. But then we also have to develop a strong relationship to our anger. Quite often, anger can also be a mask of sadness. So once you have overcome your sadness and you're in a place where you've dealt with some releasing there, right? Which is awesome because it's helping you in a lot of things. It's still not 100% released until it goes through the anger process. And anger is like a falsified sense of empowerment. So it's still wrapped up in this idea of victimization. But it's overall, these two emotions, sadness and anger, are important emotions to feel because they signify to us when we feel disempowered about something. Okay? And we can relate this to our most beginning memories, the first memory that you could think of that has anything to do with, feeling sexually victimized, feeling physically victimized, like hit or something like that, or feeling repressed by your anger in the sense that maybe you grew up in an environment where you weren't allowed to be angry. And so that creates this kind of sense that the anger is festering inside of you. So, wow, developing a sense of your anger is a big thing. This is why I really chose to focus on Mars and the Mars placement as a way to help launch your fitness, because just looking at your Mars starts to help you be able to channel anger in a way where you're developing a relationship with it, okay? And you also just want to look at Aries. Like for me, it is my Mercury in Aries that I utilized recently to help output feelings, repressed feelings, old feelings, right? And so doing this through my music, right, which is Mercury, commerce, marketing, messages. You can also be a speech writer, a storyteller writer with Mercury. So if you have any planets in Aries, look at those planets and utilize them, right? And also you want to look at Mars, because Mars can tell us how to channel, our willpower, which is really taking the highest versions of sadness and anger and making them useful for you to go out there and penetrate the world with your passion. So this is such a big topic because Mars is so many things. It's also lust. And looking at the things that you lust for, typically for me, it's food. How about you? Sometimes that becomes a thing that we lust for. But what are the other things that you lust for? Because your anger is also a little bit of the engine riding that. And lust itself, I've discovered, is something that we have to develop a better relationship with. In fact, we have to develop with a better relationship with the entire root chakra and being comfortable with being in our lower selves, because that's a part of the repressed experience of anger, right? The lower self. Yeah. So going back to lust, like lust is also like, I like to say that for me, it's like a distraction from my purpose. So I usually like really want a milkshake when I'm like, I really want to put this out. I really want to do this music, right? This Mercury in Aries. I want to express myself through some sort of media platform, but I don't know how people are going to take me. Let me go get some dopamine to make me feel better. Let me go and drink a milkshake. I really want to go and, do something different, express myself in a different way, but I'm nervous. And then I start to turn to the things that I lust over to help me get through that moment. So there's this thing where we can be a lot more comfortable and okay with our lower natures in order to go and just get that thing that makes us feel like we're going to be okay or survival. But also the more that we're aware of it, the more that we can say, all right, I'm just scared. Let me just go and do it. Let me just go and walk in my purpose, even though I feel like I might fall flat on my face. So a lot of that gives you a more direct line towards what you want to do, right? And it also helps with your health. It's going to help you to work towards making yourself be active, right? And be already in fitness by being actively in your purpose. It's actually kind of crazy. And I actually have a video when I want to show you guys behind the scenes working on something. And I haven't been working out yet. We're going to talk about how to look for your Mars period in the memberships. And we're also going to talk about all different kinds of stuff. So this next step is about anger and Mars. And it's a really cool step. It's actually got a lot of things going for it. We're going to talk about the foods for your liver. We're going to talk about how working in your purpose just naturally helps with your liver. I know I'm all over the place, yes, you guys. But I just wanted to make sure that I come and share with you our next step. So if you want to join in the memberships, then just click below. You do have to be at a computer to do it. Thanks to one of the new members who relayed that message to me. So you do have to be at a computer to join the membership. It is just for the summer, and we are doing these 30 steps for spiritual weight loss. And so we're going to now talk about Mars a lot more in the membership and how to apply that towards your weight loss journey. But you guys can also stay tuned to the channel where I'll be completing the Mars series. And if you really like that, then you definitely might want to join the membership after watching that. Peace.